Good morning, all of you. See, in the today's class, you can see here, I am going to solve one example here. So let us revise the formula for calculating load carrying capacity. How much a welded joint can carry? How much load it can carry? So it is given by PUW. You can remember as a capital P. That's all. If you want, PUW is equal to stress in weld into resisting area of weld. Which area is resisting? Which area is offering resistance to the force. So as you can see here, I'm going to solve today is May 7. You can see here problem on welded joint and one more example on channel section. I'll try to solve these two examples here. So the simple formula is it is like you see here, strength of material formula. It is strength of material, force is equal to stress into resisting area. Resisting area has two dimensions, length and thickness of the weld. So weld thickness, how it is done, already explained it. You can see this one here. This is one plate thickness I am showing. These two are connected like this. Okay. Now these two are welded. The cross section of the weld, it looks something like this. This is the weld. So these two plates are connected using the weld, the cross section, the enlarged view. It is enlarged view of this one is here, and this size is, I call it as S. This is also S. It is usually 5 to 8 mm like that. This is S here. Okay. So I'm telling you TE means what? You join these 2 points. Join these 2 points and calculate 45-degree line, this much thickness. That is throat thickness. Whatever this perpendicular line I have shown here, this much 45-degree line, and that is what we call it as throat thickness, TE. In some textbooks, TT they have shown. In most of the textbooks, they have shown it as TT. I'm showing T, that's all. TT and T are same. Don't get confused. Only the symbol or this notation is different. So this is, you need to understand like this. What is S and what is TE should be clearly understood. I'll go back to that point again. One more at one more place I have explained it again. So you can see the load carrying capacity is equal to design stress of the weld. It is experimentally calculated actually. Experimentally how much it is calculated. Length of the weld into thickness of the weld. Length into thickness. So you can see here. See this. FWD into stress into resisting area. Design stress. FWD is design stress. It is calculated. Already I told you it is page number 74 of your code book. Just check it. Fy by root 3 into gamma mw. So Fy is fixed, root 3 is fixed. This is 1.25. This value is 1.25 if the welding is done in the shop. If the welding is done at the site, it will be 1.5 because the perfection achieved in the shop is better than at the site. The perfection of welding, the workmanship will be better in the shop than at the site. So if they say at the site, you should not use 1.25. Try to understand this. In the problem, if it is given, welding is done at the site, means do not use 1.25, use 1.5 there, because the perfection level is less at the site. So when I write 1.25 here, it means I have assumed that the welding is carried out at the in the shop. Okay, so it is 189.4. What is this 189.4? This value FWD is 189.4 for the given values. For the given values, assuming that welding is done in the shop, that is a 1.25 is taken. So finally, what I have done is, finally it is reduced to a strength of material problem now. It has been reduced to a strength of material problem. You know this value already. If you forget the formula, it is there in steel IS 800. This formula is there. Fy, try to remember 410 it is. Gamma MW depends on whether the welding is carried out at the site or in the shop. In the shop it is less, at the site it is more, 1.5 it will be. I'll solve that also. Then length of the weld, directly measure the length of the weld. In the diagram, length of the weld will be available, directly note it. T, throat thickness. T is throat thickness, which is equal to 0.7 times S. Sin 45 or cos 45, it is 0.707. So simply I have calculated this distance. I know the value of S. S will be given. Size of the weld, usually 6 mm. Size will be given here. S will be given. This S will be given. This is a triangle. Triangle of size S and S. This is 6 mm, means this is also 6 mm. This is a 45-degree line. TE is here. This is TE. This one is TE. So sin 45 or cos 45, use it. It is 0.707. So we don't use that. We use 0.7. That's all. So TE is equal to this thickness. This is what we call it as throat thickness. This is equal to 0.7 times S. So here, what we can do, here itself we can write it. If you want the formula, you can replace this with 0.7 S, where S is size of the weld. So this is the formula here. Let us try to solve one example. We can see there can be two plates connected one above the other. The weld is, see, this is the plan, this is the elevation. Elevation shows thickness of the plates, plan shows the width of the plates. Okay. Now, how the weld is applied? Weld can be applied all around this plate, all around this plate, B with second smaller plate. Then these two are welded like this, or it can be connected only at one line here, only one line. Okay, or there will not be any weld here. Just observe this. See, weld can be applied only here and not these two, or only this side as well as this side. So this is a transverse and longitudinal welds. Anyway, total length you have to calculate. This is L, means L plus B plus L. What is the total length here? See this one. I'll remove this. Okay. So length of the weld we can see here. How to calculate the length of the weld I am showing. So this is given. Let us say L is 300. This is 250. So 300 plus 250 plus 300. Total length is that much. So 2L plus B. L plus L plus B. In this way, you can calculate the length. If the size is given 0.7 times S is TE. So easy to solve the problem here. You can see this. Again, I have explained in the second page also. Throat thickness. So I have taken the thickness of the two plates for the sake of simplicity. In this case, I have taken thickness same for both the plates. Thickness can be different. Thickness of one plate can be different from another plate. That time I'll show you, I'll tell you what to do there. But here, TE is this one. See this clearly it is shown. S is the size of the weld. Whatever this extra portion is there, no? Area bounded by this inclined line and this curve. Area bounded by that is, we call it as reinforcement. That is extra. It is not used for any calculations. So TE is equal to 0.7 times S. So this is how you can understand the throat thickness. Now it is L into TE. Cross section is L into TE. So let us take one simple example here. How to solve this? Our job here is, what is my job in this? They have given two plates. One is gusset plate, they call it as gusset plate. One more is the member which is connected to the gusset plate. They have given 300 mm as the length of the weld. This is the length, overlapping distance. Member overlaps the gusset plate by an amount of 300 mm. So what is the length of the weld now? 300 here, 300 here. It is simply 600. Then in the elevation, they have given the thickness of the plate. Both are having same thickness. Now ISF 250, ISF 18 means this member, this much is 250. Okay, I'll show it. You look at this 250 ISF 18, Indian standard flat. Flat means simple solid plate. It is solid plate. Okay. So now 250 ISF 18 means this distance is 250. 18 is thickness, which you can see in the elevation. See this elevation, thickness is 18. Okay. So like this, you should understand this one. So I'll solve this one here. What I'm trying here, size is given. Size, I'll tell you what is the size. Size, they have to give the size of the weld. Otherwise, you cannot calculate TE. So here, my job is to how much is the load carrying capacity of this joint. A member is connected to gusset plate using welds. How much force it can carry? How much force before it breaks? How much force it can carry? That has to be calculated here. Determine the strength of the welded joint, or it's also called as load carrying capacity, when the size of the weld is 6 mm. So this is important here. Size is given. Otherwise, you have to assume and solve sometimes. If at all you have to assume, size is not given in the problem. If you read the problem carefully, if S is not there, you can assume 8 mm and solve it. I mean 6 mm and solve it. If S is not given, but here it is given as 6 mm in the problem. Okay, so a very simple problem it is. You can see here. So simply use a force carried, PUW, ultimate. It is ultimate. Ultimate force carried by the weld is equal to permissible stress. I mean, ultimate stress of the weld divided by resisting area of the weld. Okay. Now I am writing that one. FU is 410. Ultimate strength of weld is 410 divided by root 3 into 1.25. Here 1.25 is used, assuming that the welding is carried out in the shop. In the factory, the welding is done. So this is already, 184.8 it is. This value is 184.8. 600 is the length. So before you substitute these values, write on the right side like this. What is LE? LE is 2 into 13. So this side 300, this side 300, 2 into 300 it is. So 600 mm. T is equal to 0.7 times the size. So 0.7 into 6, 4.2 mm. So you need to write 600 into 0.7 times 6, which is 4.2. So simply substitute these values. After calculation of this, press ENG button of your calculator. It will give in terms of 10 raised to 3, so that we can easily say it is 931.15 kilonewton, or it is 931.15 into 10 raised to 3 Newton. So once you calculate this one, press ENG button of your calculator. So it will give you this number. It shows the display will be like this. The display is in calculator screen, it is 931.15 into 10 raised to 3. So this is how the problem is solved. Okay. The problem is over here. It means when I apply a load of 931.15, it is likely to any disturbance from my side? Anybody? Is it clear what I'm telling? Is it audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now see here, 931.2 nearly. 15 is nearly to 931.2, let us say, or 931.15 kilonewton. If I apply this much of force here, these two will get separated. The member fails when I apply a force of 931.15. Okay, it means I am not supposed to apply this much of force, otherwise it will break. Otherwise, it joint will fail. Welded joint will fail. How much is the safe load? This divided by 1.5. So the member should never be applied a force which is more than 931.15 divided by 1.5. That is a safe load. So safe load that can be applied to this joint, or we can say working load, not ultimate, working load that the joint can carry is 931.15 divided by 1.5. So this is your solution. Okay. So if at all I apply here also, this one can be applied. Observe here, there is a part 2. What will happen? What is the difference in the load carrying capacity? Observe this. What I am doing now, if I apply weld here also, if the weld is applied, okay, what will be the additional strength of this weld? Here means here also I will apply. I'll show dotted here because it is below. Here also applied. So this plate below this, see this member is above, gusset plate is below. There also I can apply. So if you want to see this one here it is applied. Here also it is applied. I cannot see it from this view. It is below actually. So there at two places it is applied. What is the increase in the strength? That is a part 2. How to get it? Now what we should do is simply calculate this plus this. How much is this? ISF 250 means width is 250, thickness of the plate is 18. So this is the width, this is the thickness of this plate. So 250. So I am getting if I apply the weld here as well as here, see, it should be symmetric. Remember, it should be symmetrically applied. What I mean to say here is, you cannot apply weld only at 300. Only here if you apply and no weld is applied anywhere else, that is not accepted, because weld must be applied symmetrically. If 300 is here, 300 has to be here also. Otherwise, unsymmetrical loading will take place. That problem is different actually. If that is there, what to do, that is different. Here it is symmetrical. The centroid of the welds, this is the centroid of the plate here, centroid line of the plate. Centroid of the plate or the member should coincide with centroid of the welds. Okay, so centroid of the, that is force line is this. PWD is the force line. Force line. Force is acting along the centroid of the member. This line and centroid of the weld lines should coincide. Centroid of the weld lines will come here, will coincide only if the weld is symmetrically arranged. It's a very important statement I am giving. What I'm trying to say here is, you can see that the load line is this. This is the load line. It is passing through the axis of the member, centroidal axis of the member. Weld should be applied in such a way that the centroid of the weld will coincide with the centroid of this load line. This is possible only if the weld is symmetrically arranged. Okay, it means what I have done here is, I have applied the weld here as well as below this plate. At two places extra weld is applied. So what is the additional strength I am getting here? Again, simply you multiply. This length is 250, one more is 250. So 250 into 2, that is the total length. Extra, I am telling extra, into 0.7 times S. That much you do, you will get the answer here. I'll show that one. Slightly in a different way I have done it actually in the solution. What I have done is, see this one here. So the second part, you can see, the second part is weld is applied along the width also, along the width of the plate. So normal to the direction of the force, weld is applied now. So first part is, I think you understood. Second part, increase in strength if the weld is applied all around. So here also 300, here 250, because width of the plate is already there in the problem. This side 250. So additional length, what I got, 2 into 250. See this one here. Here the revised length is 2 into 300. I have actually solved it once again full. 2 into 300, 2 into 300 plus 2 into 250. Total length has increased by 1100 now. Total length now. So for 1100 length, this PWD is, that is PW is calculated. Observe this. 189.4. What is this? FU by square root of 3 into 1.25. 410 by square root of root 3 into, into 1.25. Already you know this. Length is changed. Only length is different. Into 0.7. That is 0.7 times the size of the weld. Here, this is yes actually. This is yes. TE. This is TE. 0.7 into S is TE. Okay. 1100 is the new length. Total length it is. That is 2 into 300 plus 2 into 250. This value is already calculated. It is fixed only. Into 10 raised to minus 3, because I wanted in kilonewtons directly. So 875. So earlier we got 477. Now it is 875. Increase. This much is the increase. This can be done like this, or directly calculate 250 into 250. Simply what you can do, if you want to get the increase, means this is one procedure. One more is here, instead of 1100 you write 500. You will get this number. You replace 1100 with 250 into 2. That's all. You will get this number. Okay, what I have done is in the second case, I have once again calculated considering the entire length 302 times, 252 times. Then I have subtracted from the original case 1 answer was 477.3. So this way you can easily solve the problem. Any questions in this one so that I can start one problem on channel section. Any doubt is there in this? Any problems here? You can see the problem is extremely simple. It is, you don't have to remember anything. Formula is there in the code book. Use that one. The concept of this one may not be clear yet. The concept of throat thickness into area, which is that resisting plane. That resisting plane concept may not be clear right now, but it is simply LE into T. That's all. Resisting plane and all I can tell you later on, because it is a no need to this one. Here only remember that how to find the throat thickness, because the resisting area is an inclined plane actually. So that inclined plane has a dimension of TE into L, thickness into L. That is how the weld is resisting the force. Any questions here? Okay, so you can see problem on welded joint. One more example. Second example is important for the final exam purpose. They won't set this problem in the exam. Whatever problem I have solved, they cannot ask because it is very elementary basic example. It is channel example. Let us try to understand. I have not solved it. You have to solve it here only. In 10 minutes, one can easily solve the problem. You can see this one here. Channel example, how to solve it. This is, I can say, question paper type of problem. One can expect this one in the final exam also. I don't have the solution of this. Let us try to solve it here. You should use calculator and tell me the values. Because 10 minutes is more than sufficient. I have still 20 minutes. In 10 minutes only we can solve it. Observe this problem here. One is gusset plate 10 mm thick. So this is a final exam type problem. Carefully try to understand. Any doubt is there, you can ask. See, this is the gusset plate. Thickness of the gusset plate is 10 mm. This is ISMC 350. Means this is a channel section. This is a channel. Can you understand this diagram of this channel section, how it is? This is a channel actually. So member is not a plate, it is a channel section. So ISMB, I mean ISMC 350 is written given in the question paper. See in the problem. ISMC 350 at 413. If this is given, this much is given means you can refer the steel table. You will get all the properties of this particular channel section. thickness of the flange, thickness of the web, moment of inertia, centroid, everything is available if you refer the steel table corresponding to this designation of ISMC 35013. That I will tell you immediately how to refer that. The tension member of a truss is subjected to a factored tension of 2850, that is 850 kilonewton. So it is subjected to a force of 850. It means this is the through the centroid of the channel it is acting. This is given. It is a simply a reverse type of a problem. Reverse it is. Okay. Means this value is given in the problem directly. The force to be carried by this joint is 850 kN. Okay, it is given here. See this. It is given here 850 kN. It consists of an ISMC M. When you see the last alphabet of this, C means it is channel. So has to be connected to a 10 mm thick gusset plate. This gusset plate is, you can see this is a gusset plate which is 10 mm thick. The overlap length of the member with the gusset plate is limited to 300. So this maximum, this one you can see the maximum allowable overlap is 300. I cannot, even if a length requirement is more, I cannot proceed further here. That time, if the length calculation, when you calculate the length, here since force is given, okay, assume, I think I'll just tell you that one, what is the value? I'll just tell you the value of that. Okay, so here, first understand the problem first. Gusset plate and channel are connected and we are going to design it. Means I want to get the length of this, length and size of the weld I should give. So the you have to tell the fabricator, see, you connect these two, this is the length, this is the size of the weld. That is design actually. Design means that. Previous problem was analysis. Design means you should tell the fabricator, you connect this channel with this gusset plate, and length is this much, size is this much. You have to give the size, you have to give, you will not understand the throat thickness and all. That fabricator will not understand what is throat thickness. So you have to tell him size is 6 mm or 8 mm or whatever you are getting it now. So let us say 6 mm length should be given. But the condition here is overlap should not be more than 300. But if the length is 600, what you will do? You are going to get a length of, let us say 600, where say 1000. If at all the length is 1000, we can see this 300, this 300. This 350, even then it is becoming insufficient. You cut this member, you cut this eyes channel section like this. Again you are getting additional length of the weld, so that the total length is adjusted without crossing the overlap limit of 300 mm. If at all it is, if the length is 300 here, 300. If the length was 600, no need to cut this one. If the length was 300 plus 300 plus 350, see this height is 350. So this height is 350. So 600 plus 350, even if this was 950 also, no need to cut. Because 300 this side, 300 this side, vertical is 350. So up to 950, no need to cut it. If the length is more than 950, there is no other option, because you are not allowed to cross this overlap limit of 300 mm. I have to cut it inside like this. Inside here as well as here, the weld is applied. So this is a straight away I'm trying to solve the question paper example. Let us see this one, how to do it. How to do this one. I'm going to set this one for the test also, and assignment also some other similar problem I am going to set it. Till May 19th, I think exam will not be there. First test will not be there, but we have not received any information. But it is, I think so. After 18th May only, we shall see that one. So here, so what is the problem here? Now, if you want to see what is the thickness of the angle, I mean channel section, you have to refer the steel table and look at this designation given. You have to be careful to see only this ISMC 350 at 413. Where do we get it? So I'll show that one. Observe here. So I'm having this steel table book here. 97 pages are there. 97 pages are there. I have searched this channel sections, rolled steel channels. I started searching. It was on page 22. See this. This is the page. I think you can see this one, no? Okay. I cannot do like that here. Anyway. See, this is 22 page number. So what I have done is I started searching for ISMC, that whatever the problem is given, no? ISMC problem is there. So observe this. So what I should do here is, in order to understand the complete properties of ISMC 350 at 415 Newton meter. I want to know what is the moment of inertia, what is the thickness of flange, what is the thickness of the web, what is the total height. Total height is 350, directly it is there only. 350 means it is total height of the channel section. In this fashion, it is when it is in this fashion. So this is the overall height is 350. So let us see that one in the steel table here. What you should understand. See this one here. So ISMC. I will extract page number 21, 22. Okay, 21, 22 pages I have extracted here. All channel sections are there. ISJC is there. You go this, see this, first, you start checking in the first column. ISJC, JC is not there for us. ISMC is there. So come to ISMC. ISMC, how much it is? 350. Now observe this one. ISMC 350. It is here, see. In the steel table, it is here. Like this it goes. ISMC 350. So 413, what he has written in the problem, ISMC 350 at 413 Newton per meter. It means if you purchase this ISMC in the market of 350 total depth, overall depth, per meter its weight will be 413 Newton. 1 meter length if you purchase and measure the weight of it, it will be 413. All other properties are given like that. What is 350? 350 may be the width. For this one, you observe here, I have, after referring the problem, I am able to identify, because lot of ISMC are there here, lot of ISMC are there, lot of ISLC are there, lot of channels are there, hundreds of channels are there. Out of that, they have given this one. This is given in the problem. So corresponding to this, if you move in the horizontal X direction, all the values you will get. What are those values? It is written at the top. Sectional area, depth, width of the flange. Depth is how much? Already it is there in the problem. That is 3.0. Width is, we can check it. Width. This column is width. ISMC 350. It is 100. What does this mean? What is the meaning of this? It is something like this is 350. Okay. Total height. And 100 means what? Where is that? 3.5. This is 100. So this is 100. So thickness of flange, etc. is given. You can see one is 13.5. Another is 8.1. Two thicknesses are there. One is for web and one is for flange. Let us see that one here. Flange thickness, flange and thickness of web. Okay, like that. 13.5 flange thickness, web is 8.1. You can see this. Flange and webs are there. So like this, all the properties you can get it if the problem is framed in that way. It means you have to refer the specific page and get all those geometrical properties. Is it clear, this one? Okay. So let us try to solve this example here. So I have not solved it actually. I'm going to explain it later. Solution will be given, but try to understand here. Now, what is the formula that you are going to use here? Which formula will be used? The formula that you are going to use is again the same formula here. That is, I'll write it here. Observe. Ultimate strength of the weld equal to, okay, Fu by √3 into 1.5. Why it is 1.5 in this problem? Into LE into TE. Same formula I'm using. But it is not 1.25. It is 1 point. You can see this one. It is 1 point. It is 1.5. Because you look at this, assume field welding. Read this last sentence. Assume field welding. Since field welding is given, welding will be carried out at the site. I have to use 1.5 and not 1.25. Okay. So if you use this formula, what you are going to get it from this formula here? What you will get here? Okay. You are going to get PUW is there in the problem. Load force to be transmitted 850. This is there here. So PUW is already there. So 850 into 10 raised to 3 I should substitute on the left hand side. FUW and all, you can easily get this value. It will not be 184 something now. It is 1.5 is to be divided now. So 410 by root 3 into 1.5. You can get this number. So weld stress is can be calculated. LE is not known to us. LE has to be calculated. What about TE? What about TE here? How it is done? I'll show you here. Just observe this. How to find TE? Then you can use this formula. This is, let us say, equation number 1 here. Just observe, try to understand here. I'll give the notes of the solution. This I'll give it later on. Here I'm trying to explain, just concentrate on that. Okay, let us call this as equation 1. Okay. Now in this equation 1, which I have used it already in the previous example, same formula I'm using. PUW is given in the problem 815 to 10 raised to 3. This you can find it. FU by root 3 to 1.5. That is FU, what it is? That is 410. LE, which is to be calculated in this problem. I have to calculate how much is this. I have to substitute everything else. Then LE, I must get it. So TE has to be calculated before I use this formula. Before I substitute all the values in this formula, TE has to be decided. So let us decide TE, then substitute in this equation, find out the value of L, then check whether this much overlap condition is satisfied or not, or whether I need a slot here at the center. Slot is needed. Actually, this is solved. It means he has given the answer diagram. He should not have given this one in the problem directly. He should have given this diagram. Slot he should not have shown it actually. Anyway, in the problem, the slot will not be shown to you, but you have to decide that size of the slot, etc. That I'll cover it now. Okay. So what I will do is I'll decide the value of TE. Observe this. I'm going to decide the value of TE. How to decide size? First, size has to be calculated. From this size, I can get TE is equal to 0.7 times S. So you have to decide the size. There is one empirical formula is there. I'll give you that one. Web thickness is 8.1. These are the flanges. This is one flange. This is one more flange. In the middle is now, this is web. I think you know this. From steel table, I have referred. Just now I showed how to get it. It was 8.1 is given in the steel table as web thickness. So this is the web thickness. So maximum size of the weld that I can provide as per the code book is a web thickness minus 1.5 mm. I'll show it in the diagram. 1.5. 1.5 has to be removed in this. How much it is? 6.6 mm. So maximum permissible size of the weld is equal to web thickness minus 1.5. If you ask me why it is minus 1.5, this is one plate, let us say, one more plate is connected like this. This is elevation, thickness. So this is your weld is connected like this. This is weld applied. Cross section of the weld is this. Here there is a gap of 1.5. That is why. And the thickness out of these two smaller thickness is 8.8 mm. That is, I think it is 8.1 minus 1.5. So here 1.5 is this much gap is kept. So try to understand. I'm trying to find out, yes, using the code book here. So what the code book says, web thickness, let us say this is the thickness like this, 8.1 minus 1.5, because this gap is always 1.5. Okay. So 8.1 minus 1.5 is this, but in in this way, welds are not connected. The fabricator will not understand if you tell him 6.6. You have to tell him 6 mm, 8 mm, 10 mm, like that only. 6.6, he will not follow all those things. It is not possible at the site. So what you can do, maximum possible is this. Maximum I can provide. I cannot provide 7 mm or 8 mm because this condition is there. No. So web thickness minus 1.5 mm. 6.6 is the this one. This is the maximum size. Okay. Now what I will do is I am going to choose here. Since maximum is this, I will say I will assume 6 mm. Okay. S is equal to 6 mm. You may ask me if I use 4 mm or 5 mm, what will happen? That is also correct answer only, because it should not be more than 6.6 and it should be a round number. So you can use 6 mm. If 5 mm is possible, you can use that one. Usually even numbers are possible, 4, 6 like that. 5 mm may be possible because of the latest technology they can provide. So what I have done is I am using size as slightly less than maximum permissible. So 6 mm. So how much is this? T is equal to 0.7 times. Again, it is 4.2 mm only. Whatever we used just in the previous example. Okay. Now the problem is simple now. Now this is equal to 4.2 m. Now your job is substitute 4.2 here, LE as it is, then remaining rest all values you substitute, and it should not be in kilonewton, PUW. It is the force that has to be carried by this joint. Force that has to be carried by this joint is given in the problem. You see it is 850 kilonewton. So 850 into 10 raised to 3. You substitute all this. L you keep it as it is. T is 4.2. You are going to get LE. So how much is that one? I'll give you now. The solution he has done it in this one. 1282.4. Just 2 more minutes. I'll stop it. In this one, if you substitute all those values, you end up with L effective length, or you can say L also. The value is 1282.4. 1282.4 mm. Okay. Now, see, without slot, it is not possible here. That is important. You can just round it off. Round it off to some number here. Initially has done it with this number only, but we can do like that. 1282 can be increased to 1285 or 1290, whatever. Anything can be done. You can keep the same also. Same number you can keep. Preferably, I will do like this. Anything can be done here. Slight variation in the design is no problem. 1290 can also be kept. So here what I will do is, let us say I got the answer as actual value is 1282.4, but how much is available now if the overlap is restricted? If the overlap is restricted, how much is available here? 300 plus this one. This is 350, again 300. How much is available here? You add that. Add and check with this number 1282. Add and check with this number. So see here, available for me is 300 into 2 plus depth of the channel section is 350. Is it clear what I am telling? 350. How much is this? How much this will be? 950 mm. 950. But you can see here 950 is not sufficient. The value is 1282. 1282.4 it is. Whereas without overlap means like this, if I connect it now, I'll be getting only 950. That is why I have to create one slot here, so that inside this side and this side, you can see here and here, I can apply additional whatever is shortage is there. 950 minus this, you subtract 1282 minus 950. That much should be the length available two sides here. So you have to divide this by 2. What should be done? 1282.4 minus 950 divided by 2. Whatever value is there, that much you apply here and here. That is the end of the solution. How you decided 25 mm? Slot size is 25 mm. How it was decided? It should be 3 times the thickness. How you decided this one? This is, we got it. We'll get this one. How to get this distance? X is equal to 180. How I got it? It is 1282.4 minus 950 divided by 2. So divided by 2 means I'll get this side as well as this side. So now if you measure the length, it will be more than 1282. You measure this top 300, bottom 300, this much. That is, how much is this? It is 350 minus 25 is this height, and bottom this height. Total together it is 350 minus 25. That plus 180 this side, 180 this side inside. It will be more than 1282.4. So this is how the design is done. You try this one. You try this problem. I have explained everything. You try this one. Once again, you can go through this video, but try to solve it. It is a very important example. What I have done is I am able to find out the slot size. Only thing that you should worry is how it is 25. Why not 50? Why not 30? So that I will tell you that that has to be told to you. Actually, 3 times T it is. The maximum separation, maximum slot width. This is a slot actually. This much portion of I section, I mean channel section is cut here. So 3T, just 1 minute, I'll stop it. So this 25, how I got it? 3 into T. See, 3 into T is how much? 3T. 3 into web thickness, 8.1. 3T. 25, how I got it? I'm explaining here. 24.3. I can keep 24 or I can keep 25. Nearly. Both are okay here. What he says here is maximum width of the slot. Maximum it is. If it is less than this, they don't bother. So even if you keep 20 also, there is no problem, but the length will increase that time. We can check that one. I think X is calculated. Whether it is 20 or 25, it is not going to matter. So I have kept it as 25. As I'm telling you, even if you keep 20 and solve the problem, answer will be correct only.